English translation. 694th contact Tuesday, the 7th of November 2017, 10:35 hours.
There you are already, Quetzal. Florena just informed me about 3 or 4 minutes ago that you were coming. Greetings, my friend, and welcome. Yesterday she already told me that you want to take matters into your own hands, but she did not say anything about you coming here for that. But it is also all right with me.
I also greet you, my friend. And for the matter, I think it will be good, if we both discuss it, that you switch on the computer and write everything I formulate. After that, when this work is done, I would like to discuss a few things with you in private.
Of course.
Then we can go straight into the matter, for which I have made some notes here in this device, which I want to explain to you, and which we can then discuss. After that, you can do everything in the computer.
For that, I can open the draft that Bernadette did. Look here, this is it.
Quetzal reads.
That's not quite what I had in mind in my own design.
It does not have to, because Bernadette also just wrote the whole thing quickly to show it to me, after which I then thought that Ptah could deal with it, which is why I asked Florena if she would present it to him. So she came here briefly, photographed Bernadette's draft, also explaining that it was not Ptah who was responsible for it, but you, or that you would take charge of this matter.
That is correct, but I am not specifically responsible for such work, only interested in it, which is why I try to find wordings for such earthly concerns.
Aha, that is so, but that shall also be fine with us. Good. Then we can now discuss the whole thing and formulate it according to your meaning. But when I call up our conversation and write it down, I will only insert the finished draft, for our reflections, etc. should not be necessary to mention. So I can also insert what should be final right away in this original by Bernadette. What do you think about this?
That is also in my mind.
Good. Then we will take this original, and I will implement everything according to our discussion of the matter. In doing so, however, I will proceed in such a way that I mark in red everything that we have reformulated. FIGU Mission Knowledge Interest Group. A FIGU Mission Knowledge Interest Group can only be founded by at least two FIGU passive members. A FIGU Mission Knowledge Interest Group that does not have at least 2 FIGU passive members cannot be formed, or will automatically disband if the specified number of 2 FIGU passive members is no longer present. Additional members of the FIGU Mission Knowledge Interest Group can, but do not necessarily have to be FIGU passive members. The name must be as follows: FIGU Interest Group for Mission Knowledge, place, country in German. Other names are not permitted. A FIGU interest group for mission knowledge may only use the original FIGU logo unchanged, therefore an own logo version is not allowed. A FIGU mission knowledge interest group meets at its own discretion and decision. Their meeting is not bound to any special days or fixed times. A FIGU mission knowledge interest group is subordinate to its respective national group. If none exists, then it is directly subordinate to the core group of FIGU Switzerland Mother Center. The FIGU Mission Knowledge Interest Group is self-governing, without delegation and without the presence of a national group or core group member at meetings, unless in special cases a national group or core group member presence is explicitly requested or is required by any circumstances. If a FIGU Mission Knowledge Interest Group organizes GL study times that are purely for GL study purposes, then core group members or members of other groups can also participate in such GL study times. A FIGU Mission Knowledge Interest Group shall prepare and submit a brief report of its activities to its national group or core group, as appropriate, every 3 months in a timely manner. A FIGU Mission Knowledge Interest Group is primarily concerned with FIGU mission knowledge and its learning for the purpose of personal evolution. A FIGU Interest Group for Mission Knowledge may also organize and conduct information stands or lectures at its own discretion. But in doing so, the usual official and legal requirements in its own country, or in another country, must be observed. Each FIGU interest group for mission knowledge creates its own internet working address. The name, FIGU Interest Group for Mission Knowledge, the country or district must be mentioned on the website. The pages will be linked on the FIGU website. Each FIGU interest group for mission knowledge, as well as all other FIGU groupings, is explicitly responsible for itself, its decisions and its actions, and it is also responsible for all its activities. FIGU Switzerland, Mother Center, as well as the national groups and study groups in each country, are responsible for their own decisions and actions, as well as for the consequences of all their actions and machinations, etc. But in national contexts, they are responsible for themselves. However, in terms of national law, they are explicitly not liable in solidarity for other FIGU groupings, thus also not for a FIGU interest group for missionary knowledge, because each individual FIGU group of any form is and remains responsible for itself according to its actions of any kind. And this also in relation to the respective authority ordinances and national laws, etc. General Assembly Resolution, the 5th of November, 2017. Core Group of the 49.
Presented in this way, I think the whole thing should conform to the law-given order and correctness.
I also think so. Thanks very much for coming here and making the effort in this matter.
It gives me pleasure to be able to do such work, especially also because we were able to do it together, and you were able to teach me some new things with your knowledge. But now I want to talk to you about some things, because the time is more advanced than I had estimated for this work.
Yes, time just does not stand still.
Unfortunately not, which is why my time is now limited, and I want to start right away.